Christopher St. Victor, aka Flipp Dinero, born November 16, 1995. Today's feature was one of the most promising young stars in hip-hop in the late 2010s. A Brooklyn native with Haitian roots, Dinero grew up in a music-rich environment that shaped his sound, a melodic blend of hip-hop, R&B, and streetwise storytelling. With a smooth yet gritty voice and a knack for crafting infectious hooks, he built a reputation as an artist capable of bridging emotional vulnerability and raw lyricism. His early work suggested a bright future, and by 2018, he was a name to watch in the competitive rap scene. That same year, Dinero released Leave Me Alone, the song that would define his career, about cutting off negative energy that quickly gained traction. It resonated with listeners across all demographics, becoming a cultural anthem for anyone seeking peace of mind in relationship chaos. Leave Me Alone didn't just become a success, it dominated. It climbed to number 20 on the Billboard Hot 100, earned quadruple-platinum certification, and positioned Flipp Dinero as a breakout star. It was a rare moment of near universal acclaim for a debut artist. The song's success attracted attention from major players in the industry like DJ Khaled and Kanye West, who both endorsed Dinero early on. Signing with Khaled's We The Best music group, a label known for producing chart-topping hits, seemed like the perfect next step. With the momentum of Leave Me Alone, Dinero's career appeared unstoppable. He followed up with a series of singles and collaborations, and in 2019 he dropped his debut album Love for Guala. The project showcased his signature melodic style and street but lyrical content, with tracks like How I Move and Look at Me showing glimpses of his potential. However, despite his promise, the album didn't meet the high expectations set by his earlier success. Commercially, it peaked at a modest 132 on the Billboard 200, a far cry from the impact of his debut single. The music, while solid, struggled to deliver another viral moment or resonate at the same level. His following releases, such as No 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 featuring A Boogie, performed respectably but fell short of sparking the same cultural impact. By 2020, Flipp Dinero's presence in the rap scene began to fade. Newer artists, changing trends, and the absence of a follow-up hit made it difficult for him to maintain momentum. The once promising star slowly slipped out of the mainstream spotlight, leaving fans wondering how a career that began with such explosive potential lost its way. What happened? Let's talk about it. It's your boy JC, StuntedGrowthMusic. Let's get it, man. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. Flipp Dinero is a rapper from Brooklyn, New York, where his Haitian upbringing exposed him to a diverse range of sounds that influenced his unique style. Growing up, he was drawn to the storytelling of hip-hop and the melodies of R&B, which he seamlessly blended into his own music. He began recording songs as a teenager, using music as a creative outlet and a way to express his struggles and ambitions. Inspired by artists like Drake and Kendrick Lamar, Dinero focused on developing his craft, experimenting with melodic flows and catchy hooks. In 2017, he released his first mixtape, The Guala Way, which garnered modest attention and laid the groundwork for his career. The standout track I Do caught the ear of influential figures including Joey Badass, who helped connect Dinero to industry insiders. By 2018, Flipp Dinero's rising buzz earned him a deal with DJ Khaled's We The Best music group, setting the stage for his breakout moment. Stunt number 1, lack of a strong follow-up hit. One of the biggest challenges Flipp Dinero faced after the success of Leave Me Alone was delivering a follow-up hit that could match or even come close to its impact. In an industry where consistency is key, Dinero's inability to replicate the viral success of his breakout single created a gap between his initial buzz and his long-term potential. Leave Me Alone was the perfect storm. Its infectious hook, relatable subject matter, and laid-back vibe resonated with a broad audience, catapulting him into the mainstream. The track became a cultural anthem, riding high on playlist placements and becoming viral on social media. However, the shadow it cast was enormous, and Dinero's subsequent releases struggled to step out from under it. In 2019, he released Love for Guala, his debut studio album. While the project showcased his talent and included songs like How I Move featuring Lil Baby, none of its tracks achieved the same level of commercial success or cultural significance as his breakout hit. How I Move performed decently, but its impact was limited, peaking at number 58 on the Billboard Hot 100. The album itself debuted at a modest 132 on the Billboard 200, a surprising underperformance given the anticipation surrounding Dinero at the time. This inability to deliver a follow-up smash created the perception that Dinero might be a one-hit wonder. For many fans and critics, the lack of a new defining moment made it easy for his name to fade from conversations. In an industry dominated by short attention spans, maintaining momentum is critical, and Dinero's stall progression allowed newer, hungrier artists to fill the void he left behind. Without another major hit to anchor his career, Flipp Dinero's journey hit its first major roadblock, signaling a steep climb to reclaim his place in the spotlight, which he never did. Stunt number 2, delayed album release and mismanaged momentum. Another critical factor that stunted Flipp Dinero's growth was the delayed release of his debut album Love for Guala. Timing is everything in the music industry, and for an artist riding the wave of a viral hit like Leave Me Alone, striking while the iron is hot is essential. Unfortunately, Dinero's album came over a year after the peak of his breakout single, a delay that significantly cooled the buzz around his name. Released in late 2019, his album landed when much of the excitement generated by Leave Me Alone had already faded. Fans who had discovered Dinero through his hit song had moved on, and the hip-hop landscape had shifted. With new artists like Roddy Ricch, DaBaby, and Megan Thee Stallion capturing mainstream attention during this period, Dinero found himself struggling to keep pace in an industry that doesn't wait for anyone. The delayed release also magnified issues with how his momentum was managed. DJ Khaled's We The Best music group, the label Dinero signed to, is known for its high-profile collaborations and blockbuster hits. However, Dinero's rollout didn't have the strategic push necessary to sustain his relevance. While the album did feature strong tracks like How I Move with Lil Baby, the lack of significant promotional efforts or major singles to lead the project left it overshadowed by more prominent releases at the time. Additionally, the prolonged gap between Leave Me Alone and Love for Guala diminished the excitement surrounding Dinero's career. The delay allowed other artists to rise and dominate the scene. By the time it arrived, the industry's focus had shifted, and despite its potential, the album lacked the force needed to re-establish Dinero as a frontrunner. This misstep made it harder for him to regain traction, leaving his career in an uphill battle against fading interest and rising competition. It ultimately cost Flipp Dinero critical momentum, making it even harder for him to reclaim his position in the ever-evolving rap game. Stunt number 3, overshadowed and lack of consistency. Flipp Dinero's third major growth stunt came from being overshadowed by rising talent, missing the XXL freshman list, and failing to release music consistently. These factors combined to push him further into the background of an increasingly competitive hip-hop landscape. In 2019, Dinero seemed poised for XXL freshman recognition after the massive success of Leave Me Alone. However, he was noticeably absent from the list, a critical moment that could have kept his name in the spotlight. That year's XXL class included DaBaby, Megan Thee Stallion, Roddy Ricch, and Gunna, artists who capitalized on the momentum and went on to dominate the rap scene. Dinero's exclusion was a missed opportunity to solidify his place among his peers and benefit from the buzz that comes with being on the list through promotional ciphers and interviews. At the same time, competition in the melodic rap lane intensified. Artists like Lil Baby, Polo G, and Rod Wave emerged with consistent releases and fresh perspectives, making it difficult for Dinero to maintain relevance. While he released a handful of singles after his debut album Love for Guala, none achieved significant traction. Songs like No 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 featuring A Boogie hinted at potential but didn't reignite his earlier momentum. Making matters worse, Dinero all but disappeared from the music scene by 2021, with no new projects or notable collaborations in years. Hip-hop thrives on consistency, and artists who fail to release material regularly often get left behind. Dinero's absence created a vacuum that was quickly filled by newer acts with more frequent output and stronger branding. By missing key moments like XXL freshman recognition and failing to stay active in the industry, Dinero's once promising career lost its spark, leaving him struggling to compete in an increasingly crowded market. All in all, Flipp Dinero does or did have undeniable talent. He carved out a lane with his melodic rap style and relatable storytelling. However, his career serves as a reminder of how quickly momentum can fade in the music industry. Delays, missed opportunities like the XXL freshman list, and an extended absence from releasing music stalled his ascent, leaving room for newer artists to pass him by. His early success proves he had the talent to make an impact, but that window may be closed for good in an industry that changes by the year. Can he make a comeback? Anything's possible, but for these reasons, his growth was stunted. Salute, much respect. It's your boy JC StuntedGrowthMusic, and I'm out.